My name is Andre, and last summer I decided to do something I had dreamed of since childhood, to go hitchhiking wherever the road would take me. No plan, no money, just a backpack, a map, and a burning desire to test myself. I stepped onto the highway outside my city early in the morning. Cars rushed past, people were hurrying to work, and I stood there with my thumb up, feeling my heart pound. Finally, an old van stopped. The driver, a trucker, offered me a ride to the border. On the way, he told me his stories, about the endless roads, sleepless nights at truck stops, and unexpected encounters. I realized how much I had missed this, simple, honest conversations where everything felt real. By the third day, I found myself in the mountains. The road twisted between the cliffs, the sun was setting, and there were fewer and fewer cars. I understood I would have to spend the night under the open sky. I lit a tiny fire, wrapped myself in a sleeping bag, and for the first time in a long while, I heard real silence. It was so dense it was almost frightening. The next morning, I walked along a narrow path and met a local shepherd. The old man barely spoke English but smiled with such warmth that no words were needed. He gave me a piece of cheese and bread, and it was probably the best breakfast of my life. On the fifth day, a storm began. The wind tore at my backpack, the rain poured in sheets. I tried to take shelter in the forest, but the path became slippery. At some point, I realized I was lost, my map had turned to pulp, and my phone had no signal. That's when panic hit me. I sat under a tree, soaked to the bone, and for the first time during this journey, I thought, why did I even start this? Maybe I should just give up. But there was no choice. I had to keep moving. When darkness fell, I noticed a light in the distance. Stumbling, I followed it and found a small hut. A family lived there, a man, a woman, and 2 children. They hardly spoke my language, but they welcomed me in. They gave me dry clothes, hot tea, and a place near the fireplace. That night felt like a miracle. I realized the world holds far more kindness than we usually think. A few days later, I hit the road again and reached a mountain pass. At dawn, I climbed to the summit, and the view opened before me, endless mountains drowning in clouds, and far away, the faint line of the sea glimmering. I stood there, shivering from the wind and exhaustion, but inside I felt I had finally reached some crucial point in my life. Not just a peak, but a peak within myself. I kept going, but with a new sense of purpose. Before, I thought I was searching for adventure. But what I was really searching for were people, moments, and those small miracles that make the road feel alive. When I finally returned home, I understood, the journey never truly ends. It continues in every step, in every encounter, in every decision to live just a little braver than yesterday.